All right, greetings algebra. I'm back with video number 2 on solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. We've done it by factoring, we've done it by graphing, we've even solved some by just undoing operations and then taking the square root. This is a new way. Okay, now a lot of it is just substituting it into that formula. I'll write it down again. Starting with an equation. What we're looking for are the zeros, which are the x-intercepts. So when we graph this parabola, where does it cross the x-axis? Sometimes those values are decimals. We can't just factor it and find some integer values, right? Or we can't just solve for x. So we're finding the actual decimals, which we could do on the calculator using the trace feature. Quadratic formula is another very important concept, okay, to help us find these x-intercepts. First thing you need to do is we need to know when y is equal to 0. We need to set this equal to 0. So I'm going to bring the 9 to the other side. And now we've got negative x squared minus 6x plus 9 equals 0. Add it to the other side. Now you see it's equal to 0. All right. Now I'm going to substitute values into our quadratic formula. If you haven't written it down yet, you need to write it down now. Here's the quadratic formula. X equals opposite of b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. That's the quadratic formula. We're going to substitute the values here into this equation. All right, what are the values we're substituting? A, B, and C. Okay, A, if you remember, was the coefficient on x squared. What number's in front of x squared? Negative 1. B, coefficient on x. Negative 6 is in front of x. C is the constant, which is 9. Now, if one of those numbers weren't there, like if there was no x term, you would just plug in 0 for b. All right? Now, let's substitute those in. X equals b is negative 6. Use parentheses. Substitute it in. B is negative 6. A, negative 1. C, 9. A, negative 1. Substituting those values in. Once you substitute the values in, now we're just doing order of operations. Okay, I'm going to erase this up here. This was our equation, but I need more room. I only have this one little whiteboard. So now I'm going to just solve this up here. Let's use black, probably easier to see on that screen. Oh, I just got marker on my newly painted wall. Oh no. Okay, x equals negative 6. Negative 1 times negative 6, positive 6. Plus or minus the square root. Negative 6 squared is 36. Negative 4 times negative 1 is positive 4. Positive 4 times 9 is positive 36. All over 2 times negative 1, which is negative 2. All right. Still solving. Done with all that now. Order of operations. 36 and 36 is 72, all over negative 2. What's the square root of 72? Whoop, calculator. Whoop. Turn it on. Second square root. Probably should get to the right screen. I'm going to have to, on this calculator, hit second square root. Right there. Okay. On your phones, which most of you are probably using. I'm recording on my phone right now, so I can't show you. Your calculator is here. When you turn it sideways, you can see this button. That's your square root button. It's got the little 2 in there. It's what number times itself is that number. Square root of 72, 8.49. So this becomes 6 plus or minus 8.49 divided by negative 2. Well, now we have two separate equations. X equals 6 plus 8.49 divided by 2, negative 2, and x equals 6 minus 8.49 divided by negative 2. Again, that plus and minus is just the way of writing two separate equations in one. Now we just write the two separate ones to solve, and we use our calculator. 6 plus 8.49. I'm going to hit enter first to get order of operations. Now I divide by negative 2. Bam, negative 7.25. Over here, 6 minus 8.49, hit enter, divided by negative 2, hit enter again, about 1.25. There's our two answers. Again, if we were going to graph this parabola, that's where the parabola would cross the x-axis, okay, at those 2 points. All right, I want you to try one. Substitute the values in, figure out what A, B, and C are, and then try to solve using the quadratic formula. 2x squared plus 7x minus 15 equals 0. What's A? What's B? What's C? Substitute into the quadratic formula. All right, that's your problem. Good luck.